This is respect sport, you know. This is not trash talking sport.
In a violence, friendship isn't supposed to survive, but sometimes it does. When belts, money, and legacy are all on the line, then most fighters would go through anyone. Yet a few of them chose not to. They chose loyalty over legacy, brotherhood over belts. From Anderson Silva's code of honor to Tom Aspinall's promise to never fight his friend. These are the moments when fighters looked across the cage and said, "Not him." This is the 5 times fighters refused to fight their friends. Anderson Silva wasn't just a UFC champion, he was the UFC's golden era champion. For nearly a decade, the Spider danced through divisions. He destroyed everyone from Rich Franklin to Forrest Griffin, and making it all look so easy. But behind the highlight reels and the swagger, Silva lived by something deeper, a personal code of honor. That code would be tested when another Brazilian star began to rise, Lyoto the Dragon Machida. Both men came from the same martial arts roots. They shared history, culture, and respect. A brotherhood forged through years of representing Brazilian MMA on the world stage. When Machida became the light heavyweight champion in 2009 and Silva ruled the middleweights, fans started dreaming of the ultimate matchup. Two masters of striking, two of the smoothest fighters in UFC history. And when Lyoto dropped down to middleweight in 2013, that fantasy suddenly felt possible. Same weight class, same era, same legacy. Everyone from fans to analysts wanted to see this fight. Even Dana White hinted that the fight might happen one day, saying that if Machida fought his way to the top, the competitor in Anderson Silva will come out. But when the question reached Silva, his answer silenced all of the noise. He said, "I've already said it, and I'll say it again. Lyoto and myself, we are brothers. We have a code of honor amongst ourselves. We don't fight each other regardless of wins, losses, money, or fame. I would give up fighting if I had to fight Lyoto." That was it. The fight died then and there. No contract, no negotiations, just a champion who chose loyalty over legacy. You've seen them train together, you've heard them call each other brother. And Daniel Cormier and Cain Velasquez were more than just teammates. They built their legacy side by side at one of the most ruthless gyms in MMA. Cain was the heavyweight king. DC was the then up-and-coming wrestler turned fighter who saw a champ in his teammate, his brother, and at the time, his idol. But here's what's crazy, would never make. He said he'd rather not step into the octagon with Cain. In 2012, he stated it plainly. He said, "I don't want to fight Cain Velasquez. He's helped me so much to become a mixed martial artist." And when it came to career moves, DC shifted divisions, partly because the path to heavyweight glory would have meant going through his friend. Their coach even admitted that if DC had to choose between his belt and his brother, he'd drop the belt every time. When you watch DC and Cain spar, you see it's not fun. DC said sparring Cain was tougher than actually fighting top guys. In 2021 and 2022, fans begged for one super fight, the Nigerian Nightmare versus the Last Stylebender. Kamaru Usman ruled welterweight, Israel Adesanya owned middleweight. They were in the same era, there was the same level of dominance, and they came from the same homeland. But when the talk started, Usman shut it all down.
I've said it. I would rather 2 Nigerians have belts than one Nigerian with 2 belts. As long as Israel Adesanya is the champion, I have no interest in going there. Well, like I've said, if Dana is willing to sit us down and say $100 million, hey guys, let's split this up.
Dana White never pushed the fight publicly. He knew both men carried the same flag, and when Usman's manager teased the matchup for money, Adesanya just fired back, calling it disgusting, saying it's bigger than us, it's for Africa. Even Joe Rogan admitted an Usman fight would be massive, but some stories are worth more than money. Two Nigerian champions, two kings on two thrones. In a sport built on rivalry, this one was built on pure respect. In a sport where every fighter dreams of a title shot, Dvalishvili did something unthinkable. He turned one down. Back in 2021, Merab made it clear.
Me and Aljo, we're never going to fight each other. We are good friends.
Fast forward to March of 2023, after dominating Peter Yan and becoming a clear #1 contender, the question came up yet again. Would he finally fight the champion, Aljamain Sterling? And Merab, he didn't hesitate. He said, Aljamain is my friend and my brother. I'll help him defend his belt. And when he moves up, then I'll fight for it. That statement echoed through the MMA world because, let's be real, most fighters would never say no to a title shot. But Merab wasn't chasing the belt, he was standing by his code. And this is what Dana White said about it. It would be a really bad idea for Merab to go down that path. And when Joe Rogan brought it up in interviews, Merab just laughed it off, saying that he was tired of that question because his answer would never change. Right now, Tom Aspinall sits on top of the heavyweight mountain. He's young, he's dangerous, and already one of the most complete fighters the division has ever seen. But recently, he said something that truly shocked the MMA world. In October of 2025, Aspinall, he said this on a podcast.
All right, I got another would you rather. Fight your best friend for the title or vacate the belt and never get it back.
I would be like, I'll vacate it and he can have his time.
Fair.
Really?
And this wasn't some throwaway comment. Dvalishvili, who stormed into the UFC rankings after knocking out Marcin Tybura. And if he keeps winning fights, then he could be eventually in the line for Tom's belt. Now, in his last fight against Waldo Cortez Acosta, things did sour just a little bit in the way that he got knocked out, but if all goes well for Dvalishvili, he could find himself fighting Tom Aspinall one day. But according to these two, it will never happen. When Dana White heard about Aspinall's comments, he didn't hold back. He called it absolutely insane. Dana said, this is the fight business. Teammates fight, brothers fight. That's what champions do. But here's the thing, Tom's loyalty runs deep. He and Dvalishvili trained for years together. They helped each other rise, and they built a friendship outside of the cage. So for Tom, this isn't about fear, it's all about respect. But if the UFC makes the fight and the fans start demanding it, will the friendship hold? Or will the belt be too heavy to protect? And that's the question that we'll leave to you. Do you wish that any of these fights happen? Do you think there's a possibility that Aspinall will someday fight Dvalishvili? Let us know in the comments down below, guys. And don't forget to like and subscribe and turn on those bell notifications, guys, so that you never miss another upload right here from the MMA Zone. And guys, I will catch you on the next one.